Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey. It is Saturday night. It is my Tuesday. And this is Phil from Walmart and Right Lane Trucking coming at you. I want to thank everybody that is leaving comments and liking and subscribing. I appreciate that. If you could share, that'd be great. I just want to get my message out to other people that maybe are interested in Walmart or interested in trucking and just need some little refreshers. That's why I put the little safety tips in there. But today was a busy day. I think I left you guys last night in Ukiah. I want to say thanks to Tin Man. He sent me a message saying that the video I posted yesterday didn't have any sound. It had sound, meaning I recorded it and I uploaded it. For some reason it didn't, it cut out at the 6 minute and 34 second mark. I don't know. So I reposted it earlier today, and some people went to go see it. I think maybe watch the rest of it or first time seeing it. Anyway, so you'll see two of the same title. Click on, I'll delete the other one. That way it's not confusing. But anyway, so I started in Ukiah and my drive back to McCarran. Uneventful, long, but uneventful. That was 310 or so miles to get to McCarran from Ukiah. And so I got to McCarran. Before I got there, I got my dispatch. I listened to my dispatch, and it was another 3-stopper. So that was good. I had an ETD scheduled for 4 o'clock, 1600. And I got in just about the time I thought I would, but since I had a quick ETD or a dispatch already, and I already took a meal on the road because the drive 310 miles, I had to stop, take a meal per our meal regulations. Yeah. So I got the meal in, got to McCarran, got my trailer. So they're starting a new thing. I don't know if it's a new thing or if it's an old thing. I think I talked about it before. You come in with a reefer, like I have a reefer right now. If I come in with that reefer, I have to fill that reefer up with fuel before I park it in the yard. Ideally, when you go get your trailer, it'll have more than 3/4 of a tank, and you'll be able to leave property with 3/4 or more in your reefer tank. So I pulled up, fueled my tractor, fueled the reefer, went and parked the reefer. I'd grabbed the paperwork already while I was waiting in the fuel line, so I knew where to go get, just so I can get my trailer and get out. Yeah, the trailer I was picking up half a tank. Back to the fuel island I go. I'm hoping, you know, they keep putting these memos in all of our paperwork. I'm hoping that people are gonna get on board with it and start doing it, because the one the day before that I took had enough fuel, so I didn't have to fuel that one. It is what it is. So I knew that this load, there was a possibility that I was going to be overnighting at the store again. and I really didn't want to. So I had 3 stops, one in Rockland, California, one in Granite Hill, and one in Folsom. Rockland I've been to before. Folsom I've been to several times. Granite Hill I have never been to. Luckily, each store got us done somewhat efficiently. Rockland was busy. They had another driver there before I got there. He waited the brunt of it. I had to take another meal, so he had to wait the longer of us. Because as soon as they were done with him, they got me unloaded. But I guess he had to go walk around and search for somebody to start unloading. And so I got done in the second store, and I'm looking at the time and thinking, if I get to this other store, Folsom, and he can get me unloaded, there's only 7 pallets, and I still have anywhere from 45 to an hour, I'm going to go get on road. I'm not going to overnight there. My goal was to get back to at least Sacramento yard. That way, after I film my video, I can go and take a shower. Well, I was at the store in Folsom, 20:55. I had to be off the clock by 22:18. Yeah, 22:18. So 20:55, just getting there. Haven't backed up yet. Get in, get unloaded, get out of there. And I departed at, gosh, why is it not opening? So I departed that store at 21:31. And I have to be off the clock by 22:18. 21:31, 22:18. Once again, I made it. So I got in the yard, and you have to, for COVID precautions, you always have to get your temperature done. So that you have to stop at the front gate for that. And then I came around, and there's parking spots for the trailers, but yeah, I want to show you real fast how much time I had left. This is a 14-hour clock, mind you. 13 hours, 59 minutes, and 56 seconds. Yeah. I was on property, so technically, I don't think that would have been a violation anyway, because I was on property. But I made it. 14 hours or less, right? So I had 4 seconds to clock out. Yeah, so with the new yard here in Sacramento, not new yard, but the yard here in Sacramento, they've made some changes. And with those changes, they got rid of the, how do I want to call it? Layover parking spots for tractor and trailer combined, where you can leave yourself coupled and just back in the spots. Those were nice. There was about 10 of them, I think. And drivers would come here and use the shower and park here, and it was nice. Now, because of the reconfiguration of the yard and everything else, we can't stay coupled to our trailers. So we have to park our trailer, uncouple, and go park the tractor somewhere else in the yard. since I'm from Sac, I kind of know where to park, but there's some parking out in the cul-de-sac. There's some parking in other locations. Basically, find another spot to park just the tractor by itself. Now, what do you do with the trailer? You park it with all the other trailers, but if you're just doing a layover, if it's a load, they're not going to take it because it's not theirs. But if it's empty, somebody's tempted to take it, right? This is the first time I've actually laid over here since they told us we couldn't do that anymore and they reconfigured it. So I left a big note on it and said, please don't take. Lock is on the back. Please leave it for me. And so hopefully it stays. But here, I'll show you guys real quick the yard and what it looks like. And forgive the window, it's a little dirty, I gotta get it clean. So there's one row of trailers there, and then directly to the left there's a row of trailers there. So as you can tell by the video, I didn't turn on the lights, they come on by themselves. It's a well lit yard, so it makes it easy to back. But then you got these spotlights like you're at a football game, and they could be bad for backing, right? Because they're in your eyes. So it's well lit, so you can see everything, and it's good enough size yard that you can turn around and still set up in the yard for either side. But keep in mind that at Walmart, our parking spots are a little tighter than other locations. Now, some locations you go to that are our clients, that's real tight. Some of them are real tight. But, so if you're thinking about coming to Walmart, you gotta really have, that's why they stress in onboarding the backing, is because they pack trailers in tighter than, you know, at the dock. It's not the same. If you're backing up to a dock, usually like at a large facility, a DC or whatever, to get unloaded, there's lots of space between the trailers. But in the yard, even at the DC, it's a lot tighter, so they have more spaces to park trailers. I don't know how many they figure they by parking them this close, how many extra spots they get, but I'm sure it's not that many. Is it? Could it be? I mean, we're talking a foot here, a foot there. You would have to park 15 of them together just to get space for one. I don't know. Somebody came up with the math and said, this is how far we're going to park them apart. So, anyway, that was a good day, very good day. I had a total of, with that 310 to start off the day, 539 miles for the day. 539 miles for the day. So if you take my 2-day total of 539 and 479, which is yesterday's, I've got 1,018 miles in 2 days. I'm pretty happy about that because, like I said, if I can continue getting miles like that, averages of 500 or more, then that boosts it up. Today being Saturday, that boosts it up too, because the higher percent or cents per mile on a Saturday and a Sunday, because I'm going to be working tomorrow as well. So I get 56.5625 or something like that cents per mile for today. So I looked it up already. other people do like the math. Like they'll get out the calculator and figure out, I had an arrive drop, I had a hook, I had an arrive, I had a live unload, I had a stop, I had a live unload, I had a stop, I had a live unload, I had this many miles, multiply it by my cents per mile. The one Walmart, our payroll system, our timekeeping, I can go in and just look at it. I don't have to do all the math. And then I can validate that everything on there is what I did for the day. And if anything was missing, then I'd add it on to there or what have you. So today's grand total was $448, just short of $450 for the day. Not bad. So I didn't see yesterday's because yesterday's was at the end of payroll and it took it already and I couldn't see it. So I'm hoping everything got put onto that payroll because I couldn't see it and validate it, and I was out on road, so I couldn't look at a computer. But I couldn't see it on the mobile part that I look at. But this actually starts my Saturday, starts the beginning of the new pay period, because the pay period just ended yesterday and then today was a brand new day. So it's a good start for the first week of a 2-week period. So I'm happy with that. So my topic, runaway ramps. I talked about mountain driving yesterday, and I'm going to bring up runaway ramps. You could look on YouTube and see this one crazy video of a guy taking the runaway ramp. For those that don't know what a runaway ramp is basically, it's on a downhill grade, and it's different states have different types, but if you're using a lot of brakes going down this downhill grade to the point where your brakes, you just burn them up and they're not working, this runaway ramp is designed with either gravel, sand, or a steep upgrade to counteract the downgrade that you were just going on. And it's to be used in case of emergency only. And what constitutes an emergency? You're the captain of the ship. If you think you need to use it, that's what it's for. Now, I will say this. We turn key, we get in the tractor and we go, right? You got to think about where these runaway ramps are when you're going downhill, and know how many there are and what side of the road they're on. Believe it or not, some locations have a runaway ramp on the opposite side of the road. I think the I-5 coming down the Tejon Pass, I think it is called Tejon, not Cajon, Tejon, Tejon, and we call it the Grapevine out here. When you're coming down that, it's pretty steep, and I believe, if I'm right, the runaway ramp is on the inside track or far left lane. So just know where it's at, because you might have to use it. How many there are. Why did this come up? Well, I was coming down, and there's several coming back from Nevada to California over the Donner Pass. Believe it or not, there's not that many going that way, if any. I don't think there's any. I'd have to look again. I'll look tomorrow. I don't know if there's any eastbound. Westbound, because it's such, like I've said before, eastbound is pretty much all uphill and a little bit of downhill. But you go downhill for one steep grade, and that's the extent of it. But I don't know if there's a runaway ramp anywhere near that steep grade. Don't know. But I can't think. I'm thinking, and I don't remember seeing one. Anyway, so there's several going westbound. And I was going yesterday, and some four-wheeler decided that would be a good place to stop and park right in front of the runaway ramp. Right in front of it. So if I had any problem with my brakes, where would I go? To the next one? Good luck. So I guess the message really comes down to know where they are, don't block them, use them if you need them, and be very careful. I guess it really starts with knowing how to use and how to descend without using your brakes too much. I see guys all the time on their brakes, on their brakes, on their brakes. And their brakes are smoking and they're still on their brakes. It's a tough thing because you're sitting way up here in the front. It's hard to see those back tires, right, guys, girls? Especially with the invention of trailer skirts. Some of these skirts go right down along the edge and you cannot even see the trailer tires. You can just see an outline of black. That's probably about it. So, anyway, don't block the runaway ramps. Use them if you need them. Stay off the brakes as much. I mean, you got to get on the brakes, but try to be easy on your brakes. You won't ever need that ramp. All right, that's me. That's Phil from Walmart, Right Lane Trucking. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Good night.